next question. So how will the Confessing the Faith Conference promote unity among Reformed churches? Because there's many denominations and flavors. You have the Dutch Reformed, Presbyterian, Baptists.
Well, I'd like to think that our brethren outside of confessional Reformed Baptists at least have an idea of who we are. As I've been in this town for some years, though, I'm not always convinced that's the case. So perhaps this is going to be a foray into that. Our confession is not, it wasn't written in the 1980s. It was written in 1677. So it's there, it's accessible, it's online. So my encouragement would be for our Reformed brethren outside of the Baptist, confessional Baptists, hey, we're on the page, we're on the map. It's historic Christian orthodoxy, very similar to the Westminster Confession, Savoy Declaration. So I'm hoping that brethren from those denominations will come, and they probably won't be surprised in terms of the content or the subject matter. It jives very much, down the line with the three forms of unity and that sort of a thing. Yeah. So I think it should facilitate that unity that Christ prayed for in John 17, that the people of God be unified. We have so much that binds us, so much that is common to us, a few differences along the way, but we should all be dead by the time we get to those in our confession. So baptism is way down the line in terms of our confession of faith. So.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, there's a very rich shared heritage there.
Absolutely.
99%, right?
Yes,
so,
yeah.
And using the same books. You look at our bookshelf here, right?
Oh, yeah, we got the same stuff, yeah.
Same thing. So, but just personally, I didn't really discover the confession until, I guess, 8-9 years ago when I started to search and got convinced on baptism. I just read it. I'm like, okay, this is like solidly Reformed. There's just so much in common with Westminster and the Belgic and the Heidelberg. So
so hopefully other people have that experience also.
Yeah.
And if I could add, historically, when they wrote the confession, it was to highlight solidarity with the Presbyterians and the Westminster, and also the Congregationalists with the Savoy Declaration. So, there's lots there. And even though we talked earlier about the differences, or a few differences between Chapter 1 and London Baptist and Westminster, it's pretty much historic Reformed orthodoxy.
Yeah, they said in the preface, we have no itch to clog religion with new words. They didn't want to be, the new kid on the block showing their muscles. No, they wanted to be consistent and show their agreement where they could, differences along the way, but not a ton. As you said, we have great amount of agreement on most of the doctrine. The things that do separate us, good men disagree. And if we can't accept that and live in light of that and nevertheless treat each other as good men, then we've missed it somehow. So,
we all look to these reformers from 300, 400 years ago, and they didn't all agree with each other either.
They sure didn't.
Yeah.